Yo, what's up with the people? So we here. We're listening to Judge Joe Brown, trying to break down what he's saying. You know, telling us some truths, telling us a lot of lies. So let's get into it. Let's see what we got right
Thanks
here.
for being here, first of all. Thank you. Judge, as I told you just a moment ago, we've pretty much covered the.
Now remember, I was saying earlier that Judge Joe Brown he's an actor on the world stage. I want you to know that actors on the world stage are actors that they're never out of character. Okay, so even right now, he's having an interview. He's in character. He's not quite Judge Joe Brown right now. You know, he's like another character, but he embodies Judge Joe Brown, which I also want you to know is just a title. He's not a judge. He's a magistrate or a referee. Like he's gonna explain to you in a second, though. These guys are they're just puppets.
Nuts and bolts throughout the day of what happened in the courtroom. My first question to you: if you were on that bench, what would you have done if an attorney had approached you in the manner that you approached Judge Horn?
First off, I wouldn't have been a bigger fool as he was. Any
Mm-hmm.
lawyer that knows what he's doing would have summarily dismissed the case. The whole
Yeah,
thing
right.
was instigated by my opponent's nephew, one Brett Wyrick. He and Harold Horn had been talking before that. Now, one thing, Harold Horn is supposed to be a magistrate, and the only people in the county that can appoint magistrates by law are circuit, chancery, and criminal court judges.
Okay, so right there, and not just that county. More than likely, that's how it works all across the country. All right, in the counties, the magistrates that's in the family court have to be appointed by all of these judges that this man just named off. Okay.
Magistrates by law are circuit, chancery, and criminal court judges. He was appointed by basically a general sessions judge.
Okay, by a general sessions judge. More than likely, these judges are magistrates once again. They're just getting hired by their friends in this place, and ain't nobody's questioning, you know, their credentials, because when you're a lawyer, you're an officer of the court, which means you work for the court first and your client second. And if right, so if your lawyer is representing you, a man, his first representation is for the court first, and then he's gonna try and help you out some kind of way. Secondly, and then so now the prosecutor who's also working for the court, like their first duty is to the court, and then their second duty is to the court. So you in a lose situation right there.
The woman came out and said, "Please help me." I told her I wasn't representing people anymore, but my drives came to the fore. I looked at the jacket and I almost got nauseated.
All right, so what really happened was, somebody called him and told him this is your script for the day. You're gonna be a lawyer, and he probably looked at him like, "You, yes, master." You know what I'm saying? That's how he looked at him. But in his head, he probably was saying something else though, because he's a man like us. But I don't know. Maybe he already know his position, so he's just happy to get a job.
It
The
was such a
jacket, of
horrible
course, meaning the
case.
portfolio that pertains to the case, right?
Yes. Now, it was not about child support. It's some woman that dated somebody 20 years ago.
Okay, you say it's not about child support, but they in child support court, so I understand that. I mean, they're in family court, so once again, it's still the same people who's going to see the case is somebody in the family court, which is going to be a magistrate, a referee, not a judge. Someone who has obligations also to the state, to the county, and not to you. So they all are against you as a man, and they're pulling us into the courts as a public entity, as a business corporation, title all caps name. We're not separating the two. We have to let them know that we are that all caps name, but we also a living, breathing human being, and the things that you're trying to impose um, on that all caps name is going to actually affect me as a person, which is against my constitutional rights that you took an oath to uphold and protect from foreign and domestic. And right now, this is, I guess, a domestic crime. So I need you to do your job, referee.
When he's got it in his head that she's the father, that she is the mother of a daughter that she doesn't even have. So they don't have name of child, date of birth, birth certificate anyway. And under the federal guidelines they put down on juvenile court, it was defective. There was a stamped signature on the summons, which is illegal under Tennessee law.
Okay, so there's a rubber stamp on the summons. What do you think you got when you got summons? You think somebody wrote up a actual summons for you, or you think they just had some kind of, you know, pre written up paper and then they just get it, your name on it, stamp it, send it out. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, let's go and look at these things. So, because I think these things are what's going to help us get from up under they quote unquote jurisdiction that they don't have over us.
And there was no service of process. So this has been going on for 8.
So service of process, I'm not 100% sure what that means, but maybe when they even supposed to serve you this court documents and stuff, right? Like they just send it to you in the mail, but maybe they supposed to, like certified mail it with all kind of postage stamps, return receipt, like make it personal. Like they just send you out paperwork, got your name on it. You don't know no better. You young, you dumb, you full of cum. You fill it out, or you go see what they talk about. Next thing you know, you on child support for 18 years. So it's not fair. That's against your constitutional rights, deprivation of rights. They talk about they could take your driver's license from you. That's deprivation of rights. That's involuntary servitude. That's all kind of things right there. They take your passport, man. That's free. That's violation of your freedom of movement. All kind of things that you need to go and talk to them about because they violating your rights. And if they magistrates and referees and stuff, and they know what they really need to be doing, then they need to do that, which is secure your rights.
8 years, and when they wanted to reset her for the convenience of one of the people they have down there that they appoint and get big money off of these appointments, I just said, no way, dismiss this. So he wanted to go round and round, and finally I just said, well, I've done this before. I've taken this place up on many a habeas corpus in my career, and I've almost, in fact, have shut you down several.
So he said he's brought habeas corpuses onto these places of business though, at the courthouse more than likely, right? Not just with the magistrate or the judge, but you bring a habeas corpus on the whole entity as a whole, and somebody will listen to that, and they'll back off of you. But I think what the problem is right now is, man, we don't want them to just be backing off of me, off of you, off of cousin down the street. Like we need these people to back off of us as a whole. They just coming in ruining our lives and stuff, taking driver's licenses, all kind of things, labeling you as a deadbeat dad because you're not paying child support, or you feel a certain kind of way, and I mean that stuff's not fair to you, and nobody has that right to even put that on you like that. So let's nip this in the bud.
Time. You want me to do this again because this is egregious.
But Judge, do you have the authority to do that at that point? I mean, when you're acting as an attorney, you correct me if I'm wrong.
You see, as he's acting as an attorney, and then he's gonna say, "You correct me if I'm wrong. You are acting as an attorney, right? All attorneys are actors." And I just said to you earlier, actors on the world stage, right? That's the reason why they get to do what they get to do, because They in the courtroom all the time, so they're actors playing a good role though, because they don't know what they're doing. Actually, they think they're doing their job, but lawyers don't know their whole scope and duties and bounds of their jobs. Like their jobs, as much as they think it's unlimited, it's more. It's more. I mean, they got more unlimitedness to their powers. Like, but they don't never seem to help you. They can't never get you out of jail, out of paying a ticket, a fine, or something. But they got those kind of powers.
Do you have the authority to do that at that point? I mean, when you're acting as an attorney, you correct me if I'm wrong. You're acting basically as an officer of the court, but the
Yes.
judge, the presiding judge,
He looked away at him right there, because yes, he's an officer of the court.